Welcome back to the Third Legs Podcast. This is my favorite people, Nate, and of course, Donnie.
What's up?
We got a very special week for y'all, man. It is Super Bowl 60. When you guys are seeing this, we're just a couple days away. We couldn't link up last week because if you live in our area, you know no one was able to leave their houses last week. So we were stuck. So luckily, we got lucky with, obviously Super Bowl. They give them the week for media and then the Pro Bowl and NFL awards and everything like that. And then they jump into the Super Bowl week. So, excuse me.
Everybody would have been stuck at home if it was Super Bowl last weekend.
Yep, everyone would have been stuck. So, and this weekend it's looking like about 40 degrees. We just had the last flurries of hopefully winter in general.
Yeah.
Which, it's February now. I don't think, with next week being in the 40s and 50s, it should be the end of the snow flurry. So, round of applause for that. No, I'm just kidding. But, as y'all know, it was as of last week, man, Sam Darnold, or I guess 2 weeks ago now, Sam Darnold and the Seahawks got it done. The Rams did not get in there. So I guess we really are seeing Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl. It took it to happen for me to believe it. And I said that the only way that I'm going to believe that's happening is if I see it. And here we are, man. It's happening. I can't believe it. I really thought it was going to be Stafford. We see Stafford win MVP. But
yeah,
couldn't
he
quite
did win
get there.
MVP. That was a nice little speech he had.
Yeah, it was. He's back. Oh, how can you not? You're so set up right now for the next at least 2 years. He's gonna play, and you just won MVP.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's gonna play another 2 more seasons. I think it was a little bit of an overreaction based on that, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see any inclination that he was going to not play next year. Did anybody say anything about that? I didn't.
well, interviewers were asking McVay and asking Stafford after the loss. Like when they asked McVay, is Stafford going to come back? He's like, obviously he's playing phenomenal football. I'd love to have him back, but, we haven't really had those conversations. We've been focused on winning. And they asked Stafford. He's like, I'll make my decision and I'll let everyone know. So I think it was, I think he knew all along.
If anybody knows who Stafford is and what kind of person he is, he wants one more shot. I know in the back of his mind, he thought he had the team to win it all.
It's kind of, I feel like he has a mindset of Brady in a sense. Like, Brady was getting older. He did kind of want to retire as he was getting older, but he sees a shot with the Bucs line up, and he's like, how can I retire when I have a shot with this team?
Which is a great team all the way around.
Yeah, which is a great team all the way around, which is why, I feel like Matthew Stafford kind of has that same thing. Sorry, but I gotta adjust this, guys. It's just, there we go. That looks a little bit better. But yeah, last couple of weeks we can talk about those games here. Patriots versus Denver. Patriots got it done in the Snow Bowl. I mean, you might as well call that thing was backup QB Stidham did what he could.
He did
in the first half, he didn't do that bad for a backup that hasn't played in over 2 years.
I mean, his first drive was.
It was nice. You would have thought, oh my goodness, we're having a Nick Foles moment.
Like, this is happening. I'm like,
I think everyone thought that.
And then
after that first drive, I'm like, this is not happening right now.
yeah,
I'm like, no way.
Oh man, the unthinkable. And
teams were so scared they were so scared to do anything in that second half.
Oh man,
it's 3rd and 6 and.
It was completely clear when that game started. It was so crazy how much it accumulated so quickly.
The Patriots had a 3rd and 6. So drawing up a play. The play was run out the pocket and throw it out of bounds. Just because they were winning. That was the play. Because you couldn't kick field goals in that blizzard.
No.
So you had to score, and then they have a backup quarterback.
Was there 4 missed or 3?
I think it was 3. 3 missed field goals.
That's rough, man. When you look at that weather.
And 2 from Denver.
Yeah.
Because they kept trying. Like, they were there, but they just couldn't make it in.
And again.
And then the one was tipped, or it might have went in.
Oh, I would have made it.
That would have made it.
That would have made it. But here we go again with this. They had a chance to kick a field goal.
Yep.
When there was no snow.
Yep.
In the first quarter.
With a backup QB.
With a backup QB playing against New England, who's got everybody.
Great defense.
And what'd you do? You went for it on 4th down and got shut down.
Yep.
That field goal right there could have changed everything in the game.
Yes, it could have. It would have forced the Patriots to not when it's in a blizzard. And that's on Sean Payton, too. You know the weather advisory when you're going into the game. You've seen how bad it was before.
Oh,
yeah, they had the field clear for the start of the game, but I think everyone in that stadium knew. By the time we get to second half, near the end of this game, it's going to be bad. You got to take your points, especially with backup QB.
Oh, man.
Playing against the fourth best defense in football.
I know you want to be aggressive, but come on, man.
You can't do that with a backup. With not. It's not even just as a backup QB too, but you can't do that with the weather inclements and everything that was on the line. And it put them in that situation. Like the Patriots, the whole second half, they're playing smart football. Let's run the ball a couple of times, and then let's throw it out of bounds. Make them score in this blizzard.
Yeah.
Let's, for one, not hurt our players trying to do some stupid, crazy stuff.
Right.
And for two, we have the lead. Are they going to be able to score with the backup QB and guys slipping all over the place and not being able to see? No. Probably not. And, I mean, you've seen that on the last drive when they had to throw it. It was that guy couldn't see out there. No. He's looking 40 yards down the field like, well, hopefully my guy can get it. Tosses it up. Gonzalez with the game-winning pick. So that game wasn't as exciting as a lot of people hoped it would be due to the weather. But the Rams and Seahawks game did not disappoint. I love them
snow games, man.
Oh, I do too. That's why I just hope that they all don't go to domes because that would suck. Like, that's definitely the trajectory that the NFL is going is everyone have a dome stadium. Everyone can have a Super Bowl. But that's not what football is about. Football is about weather impacts a game and can you adjust to that weather.
Yeah, I love playoff games with snow, but I do agree with the Super Bowl.
It can't be affected. The biggest game can be affected. Or maybe, I don't know what you're thinking about. I guess, no, that wouldn't make sense. I was going to say playoff games may be all in domes, but that wouldn't make sense because home field advantage.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, they'll always have a Super Bowl in the dome. It's just to make it, the field clear for everybody. They want it all to be fair for everybody.
That's the Packers and Cowboys that basically did that. The ice ball. So it kind of started that whole trend back in, what was that, the 70s?
Back in the
60s,
day.
60s, 70s?
We played some real football. You could horse collar and everything back then.
Yep. But moving on to the Rams and Seahawks game, a lot more fun of a game. That game did not disappoint. Came down to the last drive. And, man, was Matthew Stafford on one.
Yeah.
I mean, he proved why he's the MVP, not only all season, but that game, he was near perfect.
Near perfect.
The throws he was making, and the fact that he gets a completion to halfway across the field to Puka on that last play, and he's half the yard away from being out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact that the Seahawks defense, the number one in the world, number one defense we've seen in a very long time, knows the only place this ball is going is the sideline. The number one person he wants to get it to is Puka. Somehow, some way, he got it to Puka to where this man caught it, and he's half a yard from going out of bounds. Man,
I mean, his butt hit right before.
Just for the love of the game, they should have let them toss a Hail Mary because that would have been awesome. Even if they didn't get it, that would have been awesome. If they man, it was definitely a tough loss for the Rams. But you're going into next year. You got 2 first-round picks. You got all your guys that already said they're coming back, and pretty solid defense. Maybe get a couple other pieces. There's guys already coming over to the Rams. Cliff Kingsbury just joined their offense. He went from offensive coordinator, getting interviewed for head coaching jobs, and says, no, actually, I don't want head coaching jobs. I don't want to be a full offensive coordinator. Let me go learn and be an assistant under Sean McVay.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we've seen, coaches that have worked under Shanahan and McVay have turned out to be beasts. You've seen Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay himself, Mike LaFleur potentially. He just got his head coach job.
Yep.
All these guys under those guys coming out and getting those
jobs. Somebody else is under McVay.
Who am I forgetting?
Oh, Zachary Taylor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was at one point. He was. Which is why, he's not a bad offensive mind.
He's not.
He's not a bad offensive mind. But
you're not that bad offensive mind when you're the highest scoring offense for 2-3 years in a row.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. I'm not getting into that right now. But
I'm just saying.
But next year the Super Bowl is in LA, so the Rams will be back. We all know that. Their team is phenomenal. They got a lot of assets to make their team even better and fill whatever holes they feel like they need to void. And obviously the offense is not one of those holes that they need to void. So, yeah, we'll see what that looks like going into next year for the Rams. But here we are. Patriots, Seahawks, Super Bowl. Sam Darnold win. Listen, and I don't know, should I even apologize? Because I'm not going to lie, man. It's not that I'm a hater of Sam Darnold. I just don't believe that he's as good as a lot of other people and analysts and, they say he is. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I don't think he's as good as people say he is. I'm not putting him in top 10 conversations, top 12 conversations. I'm putting him in the mid-tier of quarterbacks. And in the most important game of his life, he had the best game of his life in his career. So I will give him props for that. They couldn't just rely on Ken Walker. The Rams offense was scoring too much for that to happen.
Yeah.
He had 0 turnovers. He had the best game of his career and the biggest moment of his career after being a first overall pick to getting dumped by that team, and then your next team dumps you, and then your next team you go win 13 games and they even dump you. And then now here you are, you're running another 13 games. So, his story is pretty cool, how he got here. But at the same time...
all the 13 wins, none of it's him.
I mean, this year he had 26 touchdowns and how many interceptions? 14 or something?
Oh, yeah, something like that.
It's not that good. Not that good at all. But it doesn't matter. He's here. He's in the big game. He's in the dance. And here we are. Patriots versus Seahawks. Drake May versus Sam Darnold. Not a single person watching this video before the season started said, I think the Patriots and Seahawks are going to go to the Super Bowl. No one thought that. No one thought that. A complete and utter, which is why the NFL is so great. You're not seeing the Hornets versus the Bulls out of nowhere in the NBA Finals in the NBA. You're not seeing the Chicago Blackhawks versus the LA Kings in the Stanley Cup in the NHL. You're not seeing the Cincinnati Reds versus the Angels all of a sudden in the MLB. Whatever that looks like.
I seen that one better put $50,000 on Seahawks in August. He paid $4.2 million. He's about to retire from a football bet.
I don't know.
Seahawks are winning, so.
I don't know. We'll have to see if that's the case.
4.2 million.
A lot of people got a lot of money on the Seahawks, which is scary about this game. So we'll kind of break that down. So the Patriots are underdogs at plus 4.5, meaning they have the Seahawks favored by 4.5 points. They believe the Seahawks will win by 5 points. These sports books do. And the over-under for this game is 44.5 points. So they feel like it's going to be around that 44-point range, 23-20, 27-20, something like that type of game. 24-23, 24-21, like that. Those are the over-unders right around. They think it's going to be in that range. Where the money's sitting right now, before we jump into, predictions, 76% of the money is on, and this matters. It truly does, because as every sports fan knows, Vegas never loses at the end of the day. So all of these things cannot come true, or Vegas loses millions and millions. And I'm going to break that down here after I say this. So 76% of the money is on Seattle money line, which means they're going to win the game. 56% of the money is on Seattle in the spread, which means they would cover that 4.5. And 55% of the money is on the under 44.5 points. Now, currently, as we sit on Friday, 8 p.m., 2 days before the Super Bowl, there's $15 million in bets across just online sports books. Now, there is a projected record-breaking $10 billion in bets across sports books, online sports books, and casinos, which would be the most ever. That's the projected by the end of the Super Bowl. So including live bets, including people at casinos, including sports books. By the end of the Super Bowl, projected over 10 billion in bets on the Super Bowl, most ever. Now I'll tell you right now, Vegas ain't about to let everyone get rich off this game. Now,
that's not how it works.
Neither of us believe the NFL's rigged. We've never said that. But we do believe that some things aren't going to be let happen. Like, for example, they're not going to let the Seahawks win and cover the spread and the game go under, because then that means majority of the people win a bunch of money.
You're not going to see a 20-14 game.
And the Seahawks win.
That's what I'm saying. The Seahawks win in 2014. That means they win, they cover, and it goes under.
It's not going to happen.
That means all this right here is won, and Vegas loses.
And not just loses. Dramatically loses. You're talking hundreds of millions of dollars loses. You're talking, if we're talking 10 billion, you're talking they're losing, if everything here happens, you're talking they're losing over $1 billion. Almost $5 billion that they lose to the general public, the people, the world. It won't happen. It never happens that way. So you got to think strategic when breaking this down. Now, obviously, when going into this game, it's like, oh yeah, the Seahawks are going to smack the Patriots. If you look at it from on paper standpoint, they got the number one defense. All this stuff. But there's a lot of stuff back in the Patriots. Not only is the public not helping the Seahawks out very much, but also, the Patriots have faced 3 top 5 defenses so far. Now they're playing the number one. They played the Texans, the Chargers, and the Broncos. Texans, Chargers, Broncos, Patriots, Seahawks are the top 5 defenses in the NFL. So they, after this game, will have played all 4 of the top 5 defenses other than their own defense. And they've got it done so far. They've found a way. Now, believe me, there's a chance that they can find a way. Because they've done it this whole playoff run. They got the coach. They got a great defense as well. People forget that.
They have great defense. Yeah.
A great defense. So a lot goes into this game. I want to hear your thoughts, your breakdown of who's winning, how does this game go?
I think the spread is too much. I think Seattle's offense and defense both are elite, but I think the 4.5 is a little too much. I really do believe the Seahawks win, but this game is not going to be no blowout. I want to think it is just because how good their defense is, but it's just not going to happen. I think the Seahawks do win. I think it does go under, but by like 1 point. Like it's 44.5. You're going to see like a 23-20 game. 24-21, 24-20. It's going to be something. Crazy. It's going to be somewhere right there. It's going to go just under. They're not going to cover. Seahawks in the money line. I just like the weapons on the Seahawks offense, honestly. When you put them all together, even with Charbonnet out, their other backup running back, he does what he needs to do when it's time to be done. He showed that in the last game. I just don't see the Patriots.
Kenneth Walker's a beast.
Yeah, I just don't see. To me, I think this is going to be more of a defensive game. What defense is better? And I just don't see Seattle giving up more than 20 points. And I can see the Patriots giving up 23 or more. That's just my opinion on it. I don't see the Seahawks giving up more than 20 points. I just can't see it happening. So, to me, the Seahawks win, they don't cover, and it goes right at that 44. Even if it's over or under, it's going to be right there.
24 to 20?
24 20, 23 20, 23 21, 24 21. It's going to be right there.
That'll be over. 24 20.
Yeah, I know it would be, but I'm saying.
Like 1 point. Yeah.
I'm saying it's going to be in between 42 to 46 points, I feel like, in the total game. But they will not cover that 4.5. So, in my opinion, if you want to go that 4.5, I like the 4.5. I like the Patriots 4.5. You got their coach Vrabel's. He already won coach. I mean, this dude came in his first year. He did great things. I mean, Drake May's only in his second year. I mean, this dude he's showing some promise. He really is. And
for a great franchise too. It's not like Joe Burrow second year with the Bengals. It's the Patriots franchise.
The franchise that cares about their
Yep.
players, I feel like, a lot.
Yep.
Their defense is great. Their offense ain't as good as Seattle's, but it's good enough to win with that defense. With the whole coalition of the team, them together, I feel like is why they're here in the Super Bowl. Their defense is just good enough for their offense, just good enough to win the game. But when it comes to Seattle's defense, which they haven't played against a defense like this, I just don't see that. That's my take on it.
Gotcha. Man, I'm gonna be rooting for the Patriots. I think everyone knows that, and it's crazy hearing me even say that because growing up, I despised.
I don't like rooting for none of these teams.
I don't either because growing up, I despised the Patriots because I was a big Aaron Rodgers guy, and Tom Brady's and the Aaron Rodgers debates back then. Obviously, not much of a debate now, but 10 years ago there was, and back then with those debates, I never liked the Patriots. Now that I'm older, I respect Brady a lot more than I did when I was growing up. And then the Seahawks also crushed my childhood 2 different times with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. So not a big fan of either of these teams per se, but it's 2 totally different teams now. There's none of the players from either team from when they were playing the Super Bowl are there. And that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. I like Drake May a lot. I've always liked Stephon Diggs. I mean, you know that. I draft him. I used to draft him in fantasy like every year. He's like one of my favorite receivers. And, it's kind of a hot take. Not a lot of people are big fans of Diggs. I always was. And I love Travion Henderson. Gonzalez, I like how they're... And one thing that I've loved between these 2 teams is during the media all week, it's been like just praising God, praising the Lord from both these teams, all these players, like constantly. Because I was going to say, one thing I do love about Drake May and Henderson, they're always like, God put me here, all this different stuff. But I mean, the Seahawks have been doing that as well. Darnold and them have been doing that as well. But, I'm not a big believer in Darnold, and I can't see him. I've been a truther of Darnold can't win a Super Bowl. He can't lead a team to win a Super Bowl. Excuse me. But, so that's why I'm going to be rooting for the Patriots, just for, my own word, and I like the players on the team a little bit more. Obviously, everyone likes Jackson Smith. You can't not like the kid. He's a beast. Kind of the same as Kenneth Walker.
And the game he put up against the Rams, dude.
Yeah. He went off. No one could guard him.
He just straight.
No one could guard him.
Wow. I
mean, Darnold didn't have to do much. He had to just get the ball to him, and he's catching it. Mm-hmm. There was the one play where Darnold, it was a nasty throw. He rolled out to his left. He's a right-hand QB, as everyone watching this probably knows. Rolls out to his left. He not only does he throw cross body, but it was a no-looker, and that was nasty. But it got overlooked because JSN just catches it one-hander and toe taps on the sideline. No bobble or nothing.
No, I mean, I don't even understand. I mean, it was just stuck.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Like he's cheating or something. Like
it was just a great play by both players.
It was. It definitely was. So I'll definitely be rooting the Patriots, but with that being said, I'm gonna have to go back on, the Sam Darnold can't lead a team to a Super Bowl because clearly he has already, and this defense is immaculate. And I think the Patriots is as well. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots won. I think a lot of people would be surprised if the Patriots won. I personally would not. I think they have the team. They play defenses similar, top 5 defenses the whole playoffs. They know what they're getting into, but looking at this game on paper, going over, the film through the games in the playoffs, I have to take the Seahawks to win this game, sadly. But I'd rather be right than wrong. I'm not going to sit here and be biased and say, the Patriots are going to win when I don't truly believe that deep down. But what I do believe is the Seahawks win this game 23-20. The Patriots cover the spread, but just can't get it done. I also believe the Patriots score first. I think it's going to scare a lot of people and fans like, oh my gosh, the Patriots just, score. Not make it, I don't want to say make it look easy, but I feel like regardless of who gets the ball first, I think the Patriots in their first 2 drives get a touchdown and they score first. And they take the lead ahead. Now, obviously, I don't think that they win, but I think that's going to jump scare a lot of people like, oh my gosh, the Patriots are really in this thing and really suck people in. Like, this isn't going to be a blowout. This is going to be a good game. And they have to make sure this is a good game. Not only with all the money, but also because of last year's Super Bowl. I mean, the Eagles, it wasn't even a competition. The Eagles won by really should have won by like 40, but they're playing backups in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
That's like unheard of.
Yeah, it was domination.
A complete domination. I mean, just belt to butt all game.
The last domination like that was Seattle and Denver. And Seattle beat Denver like 28-3 or something like that. I think it was 28-3. And guess what happened there? The best defense in the league dominated the game, which I think is going to happen on Sunday.
It very much could.
Because my thing is, like, honestly, like, I feel like it's going to be right there. They're going to cover the spread, or Seattle's going to win 28-3. I don't see.
Well, I will say this. I had a dream. Shout out Black History Month. This is not what I'm talking about, though. Shout out
I have a dream.
Shout out Martin Luther King. Shout out Black History Month. But I really did personally have a dream that everyone was upset. This is my dream. I remember it vividly. I'm about to tell y'all right now. Everyone was upset because at the end of the game, and for whatever reason in this dream, I wasn't watching the game with anyone. I'm watching it by myself.
All
alone. And another weird thing about the dream is I forgot to bet on the game also for whatever reason. And
let's say that's a dream.
Yep, and seriously. And at the end, and I was actually one of the happy people, which is I think why you also know the dream. But by the end of the game, everyone was angry because the Patriots won 13-10. Now, with a 13-10 game, no one got their over. No one hit any props. So everyone's like mad because all their parlays are done. JSN didn't get yards. People bet on him. Ken Walker, all these players aren't getting their yard at 13-10 game. Most players are probably going under if the score is 13-10. And then also, the only 2 touchdown scores was Kyle Williams from the Patriots and the Seahawks' current backup. How do you pronounce the name? Holani?
Yeah, it's like, they like Holani.
Holani,
yeah.
Those were the 2 touchdowns. 13-10.
Maybe you should put $5.
2 field goals, and those are only 2 touchdowns. Weird dream, man. And the Patriots won 13-10. Everyone was mad because the Patriots won, and everyone had all this money on Seattle. People were outraged. And then also because randoms, according to most general knowledge, are not going to know who Holani and Kyle Williams are scoring touchdowns in the Super Bowl. If I'm watching the Super Bowl with my mom and she sees Holani scores a touchdown, she says, who is that? Most casual football fans are going to be like, who's that? Even my fiance, she knows most players. She knows JSN. She knows Ken Walker. She knows Stephon Diggs. She knows guys like that. If she sees Austin Hooper scores a touchdown, she's going to be like, who is Austin Hooper? Kyle Williams. Who's Kyle Williams? You know what I mean? So people were very upset. That was my dream. I just want to throw that out there in case it happens. I dreamt it. And I did put $5 on it, so call me crazy. $5 on the correct score.
Yeah.
And then I flip-flopped it, $5 on Seahawks 13-10. Just, I don't know. It just was so vivid. It felt so real. And then I genuinely was mad when I woke up.
You don't know if you remember the team rank, so you went ahead and switched it to Seattle too.
Bro, I literally when I woke up, I was genuinely mad because I'm like, wow, I really didn't bet on this game. And then I realized I was awake in real life, and that wasn't real. That did actually happen, but it just felt so real. I had to do it. So I just want to throw that out there. That I dreamt that. So if that happens, I'm a genius. I'm just a genius.
But they say you remember your dreams that vividly, they don't come true. So
yeah, that's what Donnie texts me after I text him that. I'm like, I had a dream. Patriots won 13-10. His instant message back was, "Well, you remembered it, so it's not going to come true." I was like, "Wow, thanks for ruining that." I already put $5 on it, so literally rolled out of bed, put the glasses on. I'm like, I had this dream. Oh man!
I'm gonna save my dream here on my phone.
Yeah, no, literally, that's exactly what I did. Well, a couple more things I want to ask you about before jumping into our favorite plays for the Super Bowl. We're gonna tell you all our favorite bets because even if you don't bet, everyone bets a Super Bowl. My mom hasn't made a bet all year, and guess what she texts me? I want to make a Super Bowl bet. Everyone bets the Super Bowl, even if you don't watch. People go to parties, you know. Even if it's a little $20, you know, everyone throws it out there. So, you know, we wrote down a lot, or at least me personally, I wrote down a lot more plays than I typically do, because typically a week, you know, we'll say 3-4 plays we like. I wrote down a lot of my 6 favorite plays, and then I wrote down my 5 favorite long shots, like, you know, things that are plus money, but I do like to, but I do think will happen. So before we jump into that, couple things I did want to ask you, because I think, one, I want to hear your opinion. The other, I think it would be kind of funny to hear your reaction. One, Nick Emanwari. I think I pronounced that right. I looked it up before the podcast. Nick Emanwari. He finished 2nd in Defensive Player of the Year. His technical position is safety, but they play him everywhere. They play him at the nickel.
Yeah.
They play him at safety, sometimes linebacker. He's like a dual. He's a threat everywhere on the defense.
Yeah, he's a threat on the defense.
Finished 2nd in Defensive Player of the Year. After a practice, he was seen limping.
Right, I've seen
going
that.
into the hotel. Now, as of about 4 or 5 hours ago, Mike. Oh my gosh.
Vrabel.
No. McDonald.
McDonald.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mike
Wrong
McDonald.
team.
Yeah, they're both named Mike, which is weird.
Yeah, I know.
Mike McDonald said that he is good to go. Does that scare you at all? Because it's not like he's a random rookie that don't get snaps. This kid plays almost every play.
Yeah, I know.
He's a top guy for them as a rookie. He's flying. He's everywhere. He plays all positions. Does that worry you with the ankle, or do you think he's good, nothing to worry about?
Well, they are saying he's good to go. He's off the injury list, but I think it was, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like these teams throw names out there. He's injured, and they try to just like throw this curveball at other teams, trying to throw them off.
Trying to even the money.
Yeah, well, trying to throw them off, saying, okay, if this guy's limited, we can just do this and this and this. We can do game plan off him being limited on the field.
Yeah.
And to me, he'll be fine. He's out there. It's Super Bowl. If he ain't got a broken Achilles where he can't walk at all, he's going to play.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's just like, it's the Super Bowl.
Biggest game of your life.
Yeah, this ain't week 16 where they already made the playoffs. No. Then he probably would sit. This dude's playing the game, and it'll be hard to get him out of there, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I just wanted to hear if you're worried about it. You know, I would be a little worried if I was.
When I first seen it, I injured his ankle.
I was like, this is going to affect
But then I immediately started going, is this some kind of fucking ploy or something they want to try to throw him off to make him, because this ain't no 3rd, 4th string guy that sits on the sideline most of the time. No.
Nope.
This is a guy that plays a lot of football. So now he's good to go all of a sudden. It's just, I think he'll be fine. He'll be out there a lot. And
that's what Mike McDonald said. He said when they asked him about it, like, yeah, it looks like Nick got cleared. How do you, what are your thoughts on that? Well, it looks like he's alive. Just like straight up, that's what he said to the reporter.
That's good.
And then lastly, before we jump into the favorite plays, gotta bring it up. It's been controversial all over social media. The halftime show, Bad Bunny. What are your thoughts? Will you be watching? Will you not be watching? How do you feel? What do you think?
I might be able to make it through like a minute or two. And then
have you tried listening to him?
No, actually I haven't.
Do you know the type of music he makes?
Well, I've seen like a bunch of posts and stuff about it, and like where he stands on life and everything, and I just I don't think I'll be in that watching that. that much.
I
might just sneak by the TV and go, oh yeah, he's still on, and just kind of walk away.
He's I don't know if I'm saying it right. I believe Mexican artist or Latino artist. So he can speak English, but his singing is in Spanish. So all of his songs are Spanish songs, not like American songs, or not. I don't want to say American songs, but not English songs. So I don't know how you felt about that.
They're not gonna get a lot of views on halftime.
They're gonna be a lot less. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a very controversial topic right now. There's people not very happy about it at all, and there's people, that are like, yeah, we need this type of thing. And I think from an NFL standpoint, they're trying to expand the NFL to multiple different countries, and I think that was a main point of bringing Bad Bunny in. He's the number one artist in every country besides America, or he might even be in America. I don't think he is. I think that's Taylor Swift, if I'm thinking right. But yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts on Bad Bunny. It's a very, very controversial topic. Will we be watching? Will we not? For me, whenever the halftime show is on, the only halftime show I actually watched was Kendrick Lamar's and Dr. Dre and Eminem and Snoop Dogg. Those are the only two that I actually even watched. The other ones, I typically just sit on my phone, scroll through X or Facebook or whatever, looking at like the funny memes that people are making already about the first half. Mm-hmm. I typically, or like going and, getting a drink because everyone's drinking on Super Bowl day or getting some food. I'm typically not too tuned into the halftime show, but yeah, so personally, I don't really care too much about who's performing, but it has been a controversial topic, so I didn't know what your thoughts on it was. But yeah, honestly, I thought we would get a funny reaction, so that was another reason why I wanted to ask, because I got asked that last week. When we had Corey on the podcast a couple weeks ago, I jumped on his podcast last week, Sports Beast. If y'all want to go check that out, go show that some love. Yeah, if you all want to go check that out, show him some love. He asked me about that, and I'm like, man, this will be such a funny question to ask Donnie.
Yeah, no, I just didn't want to get too
political,
too crazy with it, because I don't want people crying and stuff. So
I think that speaks volumes there about your opinion on it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Hey, let's jump into the parlays and our favorite plays of the Super Bowl. Let's go. So the plays I'm showing y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, I've already made my Super Bowl bets. So I'm telling you guys my two favorite plays. I got a 50 bone on two parlays. And I'll tell y'all what those two parlays are and then what they are combined. If you do want to combine them, I didn't combine them. I just left them by their lonesome. Now, when I say I've been digging, and I mean digging. Sunday, I spent hours on it. Yesterday, hours on it. Every single day. Not only looking at every single game that all these players have played this season against not only similar defenses, but every game, breaking down habits, consistency, not only this year, but over the years against certain defenses. And these are my favorite plays after going through everything. My 6 favorite. So, I got 2 different $50 lays in that pay $100, just plus 100s. And I do have some fun ones too, which I'll go over my long shots as well, like I said earlier. But part 1, my favorite play. This one's a plus 107. Hunter Henry, 30-plus receiving yards. The Seahawks, the one thing they do struggle against is tight ends because they're always so focused on, the running backs, the receivers playing. They're a team that doesn't play much man. They play a lot of zone or zone blitzes, and typically when you're playing zone blitzes, you're focusing more on quarterback, running back, receivers. The tight end can slip away a little bit when playing against a lot of zone defense. So
the Henry's do.
And Henry, not only is he due, but statistically for the whole season,
he's done screwed me a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. And statistically for the whole season, he hasn't had 3 games in a row with less than 30 yards. He actually hasn't had back-to-back games with less than 30 yards until these last 2 playoff games. And
I wonder why that is. Defenses.
Yeah,
Now they're about to play the best one they've ever faced.
But if you look at Denver's defense, their whole thing's man. Put your best receiver on Pat Surtain, he'll take care of him. We're just gonna run that man.
I'm just saying, man.
And it's a lot different on the Seahawks than it is the Broncos, than it is the Texans, where they have a guy like Stingley and Surtain. We're like, all right, we're gonna play man defense and blitz the life out of you. Seahawks are different. They're a little bit different of a defense when it comes to that. So I got Hunter Henry 30+ receiving yards. Stephon Diggs 20+ receiving yards. 20 receiving yards from the number 1 receiver on the team, the 1,000-yard receiver on the team. I understand it is the Seahawks, but not only is Diggs he's still shifty, but
he plays a lot out of the slot too.
That, and he hasn't had back-to-back games this whole season under 20 receiving yards. Last game he had 16. There's no way this man ends the Super Bowl.
16 with like 5 catches or something, didn't he?
Yeah. It was like 5 or 6 catches, didn't even get 20 yards. The thing he's been searching for since he entered the league, this man has played in AFC championships, multiple. He's played in AFC championship for 3 different teams. He's a proven winner. He's won his whole career. And as like a 6th, 7th round pick guy, I can't remember how late, but he went late when he was first drafted, which is pretty cool. But it's beside the point. 20 receiving yards for Diggs, biggest game of his career, coming off of the season or the injury that he had. And then lastly, for this one to make it plus 107, we got Kenneth Walker, 10+ receiving yards. Every single game without Zach Charbonnet this season, he has 10+ receiving. One game he had 12+.
And he's got 2 catches.
One game he had like 50 receiving yards. Yep. One game he had like 50 receiving yards, and then the other game he had like 40-something. The Patriots defense is also really good. They have a guy like Gonzalez, where he's going to be on JSN all game, and that's going to be a super fun matchup to watch. And I think that
nobody can stop JSN.
You don't have your backup running back in Charbonnet, and you don't have that 1-2 punch. They're going to be thrown at the Ken Walker. We've been seeing it since Charbonnet's been out, and you've seen it in the game earlier this season when Charbonnet wasn't playing. It was Ken Walker in the past game as well. So 10+, all he needs is 10 yards on the receiving. So them 3 is plus 107. And then my other favorite parlay is Kayshon Boutte, 15+ yards. This man is the leading receiver for the Patriots in the playoffs, 15+ yards in every game. He has only had 1 game all season with less than 15 yards, and it's still good odds, which is crazy to me. And then Drake May, 175+ pass yards. Last game, the man has, I think, 80 pass yards in the first half, and in the second half, we got a blizzard. He doesn't really throw the ball much yet, like maybe 6 more pass yards in the whole second half. There hasn't been once all season. You're talking this man missed MVP by 1 vote. There hasn't been a game all season, or hasn't been a time all season where back-to-back games he's got less than 175. He'll get his 175, especially in a game where he's playing pickup, a team that's phenomenal against the run. They're not going to be able to rely on Stevenson and Henderson all game. It's just, they're so good against the run. I mean, they're so good against the run. And they're going to be passing a lot. May's going to be slinging that rock around. And 175 should be something that he should get with these. He should have well over 200 yards in this game, especially the biggest game of his life. 1 vote away from MVP. 1 vote.
Which is a joke to me.
I agree. I think it's definitely Stafford, but just imagine being him looking at the vote like, man, I was that close. Let me show him why I'm the MVP. And that's how he's probably thinking in his mind. At least I feel like.
5th week of schedule in the year.
And then, lastly, Hunter Henry or Kenneth Walker to score. You can do this on FanDuel as a parlay. And those 3 together is plus 117. the reasoning for Hunter Henry or Kenneth Walker is Hunter Henry, for one, hasn't scored in 3 games. He led the team in receiving touchdowns for the year. He hasn't had one in the playoffs. 3 in a row, no touchdown. So I'm really high on Henry. I think he's super due. I think he scores. And then also Kenneth Walker is their only option. I think that they feed Ken Walker all game. As you see, I like his receiving, and then I like him to score. One of them is getting in the end zone, if not both. I think that they both do. So I think, doing him or him to score is good. Now that's plus 117. If you were to combine them, it's plus 307, 6 leg. You definitely can. But I'm trying to go super safe for the Super Bowl, and I'm trying to double my money and, maybe even win some more money with some of my fun long shots that I got going. But those are my favorite plays. Lock it in. I got 50 on each parlay there. So, hopefully I'll be able to double my money. But if not, at least break even with my favorite plays. And I still got.
I like those. My only thing is on New England. I think they will be, even if it's down a touchdown or 6 or whatever, it's going to force them to throw more. That's why I think Drake May's going to probably get his 175. Otherwise, he wouldn't get 175. If it's going to be a close game, and if the running works, they're going to try to use that as much as they can. I'm scared. I'm scared about everybody on New England, honestly, with this defense. I just can't get over how good they are and how good I think they can stop this team. But that's just my opinion on that. I think that he's going to have to be running for his life a lot. So, to me, I feel like Drake May 25 yards rushing is a guarantee on that.
Are these your favorite plays?
Oh yeah. Should I not do that?
Yeah. I'm not doing my long shots until after you give your favorite plays.
Yeah, so my favorite on mine are I like Drake May 25 yards, and for some reason, it's really good odds. It was minus 189. Travion Henderson to get 5 rushing attempts in the whole game.
Because he only got 3 last game. That's why.
It's not gonna happen this game.
I don't think so either. I love that.
I think he definitely gets 5 carries. I got Drake May 25 yards.
I think he gets north of 10, like 8.
Yeah, and I got Henderson at 5 attempts. I have Halani at 10 rushing yards. Kenneth Walker can't stand all game. He just can't.
You're right.
And it's 10 rushing yards.
He didn't do that bad last game.
No, he had 3 catches for 28 yards, and I think like 31 rushing. I don't know. I think he had like 50 yards total, but when he does play, I feel like he does his job. I think 10 yards rushing it's in.
Not many people will be betting on him either. That's a good thing too.
Yeah, most of these is I don't see a whole lot of these bets on these bets. I'm seeing
all I'm seeing is like Jackson Smith touchdown,
all
Smith
this stuff,
yards,
Kenneth
Walker yards.
Yeah, and I'm just going with these. I like it. Stevenson.
Just like I know. I'm thinking about all the ones that I've been seeing.
But I don't have no plus 100s. This is a plus 250. But Drake May 25, Henderson 5 carries, Halani 10 yards rushing, and Jackson Smith 6 receptions. Even if the dude's not going to get stopped from 6 catches. I'm sorry, and it wasn't very good. It was like minus 400 or something like that. But I wanted to add it on there because I really think it's going to happen. And my last one is under 54.5. This game is not going to go 27-28. To my opinion, I can't see that high of a scoring game. I pushed the over-under to 54.5, went under. I just can't see no 30-27. I can't see 28-27. That would make me lose my bet. That's 55 points. It'd have to be like a 28-27 game or higher. And to me, these two defenses are way too good. I don't see neither team scoring 27 points. So
just to be, kind of like the devil on your shoulder, you don't see there being a chance of it kind of being like the Rams Seahawks last week where it was 58 points between the two?
No. Which, no. And I've seen the Seahawks, they gave up, Seattle, that was like the most I've seen anybody score. And I knew the Rams were going to do it. I mean, it's
the number one offense. Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's Puka, Devontae, Matthew Stafford, who was crazy good.
I feel so bad.
Kyron Williams, I did too. I honestly I was picking. I picked Rams originally to win, but when we talked about it 2 weeks before the game started, before the game was on our last one, we had Corey on. I just couldn't see the Rams getting past Seattle's defense.
Yeah, you picked Seattle, yeah.
And, I just couldn't see it, and their defense came through. I think the Rams' offense is way better than New England's offense, so that's why I just can't see New England winning this game. I don't think New England's offense is all of a sudden going to do better than the Rams' number one offense. I just don't see it. So I just feel like Seattle's defense is just going to, I don't know. Drake May, that's why I got Drake May at 25, because I feel like he's gonna have to run out of that pocket a lot, trying to escape. And Drake May, you look at his plays when he's running out of that pocket, I don't know what it is. I feel like he never looks down the field. He's like, I'm taking this ball, I'm gone, and he runs it. So I feel like 25 is easy. So that one right there is like my main one. I didn't do a whole lot when I did a couple long shot ones too, but which I'll say mine after he says his, but. That's like my favorite one. That's the one I like to win. I didn't bet it yet, but I am going to.
You know what's so crazy? I just said my 6 favorite plays, and not a single one is the same. Typically, they're always the same.
Not a single one.
So whatever side you like, or if you like both, he don't have the same plays as me. That's freaking 11 legs right there. That's a big parlay.
That's 11 legs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit. That'd probably be 10-1.
Every bit.
Yeah.
Probably more than that. But, yeah. That's one I like. I love Drake May getting his 25. I love Henderson getting his 5 carries. I love Alani getting his 10 rushing. Jackson Smith's his catches, another 54, baby. Come on. I love it.
Should happen. Like, JSN should get 70 yards. I mean, it should happen. I did a parlay, just a small one, $10. Of plays that should happen, but I didn't feel super confident about Jason 70 yards was on there. I didn't do catches, but he's that caliber player. Kind of like Jamar Chase, his rookie season, going up against Jalen Ramsey in the Super Bowl. Yeah, he's going against, at the time, the best corner in football, but he couldn't be stopped. He still put up great numbers that game. So I feel like that's the same as JSN. It's inevitable. You can't stop these guys, man. You can't stop the big four in the NFL wide receiver wise. You got your big 4 QBs, you got your big 4 wide receivers. It feels like you can't stop them. Jamar, Jefferson, Puka, JSN. I mean, that's your big 4 right there. All 25 or younger. All best at their position. But yeah, for the long shots, if you have any of the same long shots, then let me know as I go. So I'll start
it.
Probably not. He's been thinking and looking over this.
Oh, man, hours.
And I've been thinking and looking over this. And it's so funny how, I looked through every player, every single play that you can think of. And these were the ones these were my 6 favorites.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do my long shot real quick first because I only got 1% on my phone.
Okay.
And it's going to die. So just hear it out real quick. And it's just going to be a fast one.
All right.
Drake May or Hunter Henry. Either one of them to score a touchdown.
Ooh, Drake May.
Drake May or Hunter Henry.
That's spicy.
Drake May or Hunter Henry to get in.
Yeah.
This is on one parlay.
Oh, my gosh.
Kenneth Walker to score.
I think
flat out. Jake Bobo to get 1 receiving yard. 1. They will put this dude on the field. He will get his receiving yard. Jake Bobo will get his receiving yard.
I like that. I'm not going to lie. I just didn't have the confidence.
And then my other one is, again, Halani. Instead of 10 rushing, I got him 15 rushing. 5 more yards. And then my last one was Seattle minus 2.5, baby. Guess what this pays? $10 pays.
15-1.
No, this pays plus 11,000.
So what's $10?
$10 pays $1,100.
Whoa. Let me see that.
10 for 1,100.
Jeez.
Let me see this real quick. Can I just say something real quick?
That's crazy.
I'm definitely gonna put 5 on it. Just $5.
That's
$5.
big odds for that. It's not that crazy of a parlay.
It's not that crazy. And I looked at it, I was like, plus 11,000. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? But honestly, can I just do one more real quick?
Yeah.
One more. This was a plus 1,800.
That's what the people want to see.
Plus 1,800. I got Shaheed 15 receiving in the first half. The only way this dude gets 15 yards is one catch. He don't do these little one
slants.
Yeah,
No.
he's getting it. 15 yards in the first half.
If he is 15, might as well put 40.
First half?
Oh, first half.
This is first half.
Okay.
These are all first quarter, first half bets.
All DraftKings is doing that thing.
Yeah, and then Kenneth Walker to get 4 rushing attempts in the first quarter. First quarter.
At that.
He needs 4 rushing attempts in the first quarter.
That.
Stephon Diggs, 15 receiving yards in the first half. You need 15 in the first half, brother.
Yeah, I got 20 in the whole game. So.
And for some reason, I keep doing this. I shouldn't. I got Kenneth Walker to score. And then also, Kenneth Walker receiving yards, 15 in the first half. And that is plus 1,800. $10 plays 180. Hey, I mean...
That's not a bad long shot.
That's my only 2 long shots I made.
Not a bad long shot. My long shots aren't all in one parlay, because they're all plus money. That's why I put them as like each one singling out is plus money.
Right.
But I'll go with my long shot touchdowns. My 2 long shot touchdowns for the game. I'll say 3, but the third one I'm not as confident in. But I did do it on FanDuel's FanDuel's first or last touchdown of the game. For whatever reason, this guy's name kept popping in my mind. But my 2 long shot touchdowns that I'm confident in, but didn't put too much on, just put a little 10 on them. AJ Barner for the Seahawks scoring is one of my long shot touchdowns, and then Travion Henderson for the Patriots scoring is another long shot touchdown of mine. I think I can definitely see both of them scoring, or either one. So if you want a long shot touchdown, you put $20 on, win you 100. One of those guys. That's one of your guys if you like them. Now,
phone dead. There it is. I got mine in, baby.
The other touchdown I didn't write down because I didn't really want to say it, but I guess technically I did throw a little 5 spot on it. Mac Hollins. I'm not super confident that he scores, but for some reason I could just see him going up and grabbing one time with his bare feet self. And I don't know. I wouldn't. I would if you were to do that, I wouldn't go too crazy. I would tease a couple bucks. But for some reason, when I was looking at the FanDuel, who gets the first or last, you share bonus bets. I'm like, I feel like everyone's gonna do Ken Walker or JSN or Stevenson or a guy like that. I'm like, I want to go with more of a long shot to have a guy. I'm like, I could see Mac Hollins getting loose on one of the first drives of the game. So
I can tell you what though, on one of mine I was like messing with it.
Yeah.
I had Mac Hollins on a couple of them.
Yeah.
15 yards. I mean, 15 yards is good odds, dude.
He gets the ball when he's healthy.
It's like, dude, 15 yards in the whole game.
He was questionable. He wasn't going to play. He's somehow healthy and playing. I mean, these guys are getting them shots, son. They're playing.
I just think there's too many big bets on all the best players.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what made me want to go a different route a little bit. You know what I mean?
I agree. Now, other than touchdown scores, these are my long shot actual plays. I think Sam Darnold throws an interception.
I do too.
I don't want to say Sam Darnold got lucky last game, but that's how I'm feeling.
Well, I think last game the Rams defense don't even touch their
no,
Patriots
it's not
defense.
as good as the Patriots. Rams defense is
When you-
12th or 13th.
Look at the games before that when he played. He was throwing a pick every game.
Yeah, it's inevitable. I feel like for Darnold to throw one.
He's throwing a pick this game.
I believe he does
I
throw a pick.
love that. Jeez, I love that. I didn't think about that.
And you can't parlay him to throw a pick on any sports book other than, I think it's Fanatics. I think I parlayed it on. Maybe Bet365. It's one of those two. It's the only ones you can parlay it on. On DraftKings, it don't let you, or FanDuel.
Stupid.
So I went to one of those to let it parlay me with these other 2 plays I'm about to tell y'all.
Ooh.
Ramondre Stevenson under 77.5 rushing and receiving against top 10 defenses. he only has.
I like that.
He only has one game where he has over 77.5, and he got 81. 3 yards over.
I wish you could
But
up
it's
that
also,
to 80.
Yeah, that would be awesome. If I could up that to like 82. That would be sick.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. But also, that's against top 10 defenses this season. This is the top 1.
Yeah.
I think, and they're really good against the run. I think that Stevenson is not going to have 78 or 80 rushing and receiving yards. I think that's high. I think that's super high. And then the last thing I'll probably do, so I got Darnold INT with Stevenson under. I also have Kyle Williams 1 catch. You know what 1 catch is for Kyle Williams? Plus 175 for 1 catch. Him to just catch the ball on a screen. And he's got to catch every game this playoffs. This rookie does.
Man, that is good.
So I think
Nice.
he's something in the game plan that they don't see happening. And then this last one, I did put with some others that I liked, but wasn't as confident, like Jason 70. I did Cooper Kupp a couple catches, Barner a couple catches. I put like $10 to win like 40 or 30 or something. And not only is Kyle Williams a guy that I think they're not game planning for the Seahawks. He might get a catch or two, and they're going to be like, who the heck's this guy?
Right.
But also Travion Henderson. We've seen this kid be explosive. We've seen him make plays. I truly believe last game versus Denver, he didn't just get 3 carries because they don't believe in him or anything like that. I think he only got 3 carries because I think that they're hoping the Seahawks kind of overlook him and think, we're not going to use this kid as much as we should. He only got 3 carries versus Denver. What's he going to get against us? We really got a game plan for Stevenson. I don't think Stevenson is as explosive or as good as Henderson is. Could be a hot take. I'm not really sure. I think Henderson is the better running back. So I think when they see Stevenson isn't doing what they're supposed to, I think one screen pass, we've seen it all year. One screen pass, one hole opens up, Henderson's gone. He's got the speed, the agility, the shit.
This playoff, Stevenson's been getting 80% of the ball.
Yeah, he has.
Like, Vrabel's like,
and I think
he's on Stevenson. But Henderson, man, I'll tell you what, he's a future. He's a future star, I'm telling you.
I'm a big fan of Henderson. This is just 20-plus rushing and receiving. He needs 20 total yards in this game.
And receiving and rushing?
Yes. All he needs is 20 yards.
That's shit.
And it's a minus 140 something, minus 130 something.
Dang, that is good odds.
Yeah, his over-under is like 21.5. So 20-plus rush receiving. I do like that play for Travion Henderson. I think that they're going to use him more than they have the whole playoffs. They're going to need every asset that they got.
That's why I got him with 5 carries.
They better use him. Because if they don't, they are wasting a guy who can help them win this football game, is my true belief. So that's my long shots. That's Donnie's long shots for the Super Bowl. If you guys want to throw some picks in, you got our picks. We both believe the Seahawks win and the Pats cover the spread, which is hilarious. You hear where all the money's at. You make your own pick, but you hear our favorite plays. You hear our long shots. Let us know who's winning the Super Bowl in the comments, and let us know.
I really do think they cover, but if they don't, they'll lose by like 16, 17 points. It's either they're going to get blown out or they're going to cover. It's not going to be close. I don't know. We're just going to see. I just hope it's a good game. I don't want to see a 31-6.
No, I don't either. I think everyone wants to see a good game.
I just want to see a really good game. Even if it comes out to being high scoring, 26 or 28, 24, that'd be cool too. Just don't go over 53 or 54. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think everyone is. Everyone's excited for Super Bowl weekend. Oh, yeah. And hopefully everyone wins some money, as I know everyone be betting on the Super Bowl, whether it's squares, whether it's a sports book, whether it's a casino, whether it's a bet with a friend or a family member. So hopefully you win your money. If you're watching this video, hopefully you guys enjoy Super Bowl weekend. Hopefully you guys are staying safe. Appreciate all y'all for watching. Please let us know y'all's predictions in the comments, man. Please let us know.
Yeah.
Love seeing comments. Please hit that like button. We would love to get more likes, and please hit that sub button if you're new here. And be on the lookout always for new videos. This isn't the end. Every single week, we're still going to be at it, even in the off season. We're going to transition into some more NBA, into some more fun games. And we are only 2 months away from the setup looking completely different, and I'm so excited for that. So please stay tuned. We're 8 weeks, 2 months away from the whole setup looking different. So got some things in the works, trying to grow this podcast, and we appreciate all y'all day ones, all y'all that watch it. You know, we average around 50 listeners a podcast, which is beautiful. I appreciate all you beautiful people. Like I said, so follow us on everything too. At Nate's Takes is my personal stuff. At the Laces, and yeah, man, this is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a great Super Bowl. I think we're in for a good one. So enjoy your Sundays. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. And yeah, hope y'all win some money. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week. Peace.
See ya.